Welcome to your Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Andrew Humphrey. We had one round of severe weather earlier this afternoon. Any more in store for this evening or your weekend? I've got your weather forecast first at 4.
Many Metro Detroiters are seeing the impact of too much rain falling too quickly. We'll show you why it's been a dangerous and frustrating day. And take a look at this. You're looking live at the state capitol. These demonstrators are gathering to send a message about high school sports. We've got these stories and much more. First at 4 starts now.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Let's start with that breaking news in the story of a woman declared dead but found alive at a Detroit funeral home. The state now is taking action. Today, the city of Southfield says it's been notified the state has suspended the licenses of 2 paramedics who were on the scene. Tamisha Beauchamp was declared dead during a medical crisis Sunday morning, but funeral home workers realized she was still alive. The state says it also intends to suspend the licenses of 2 EMTs. All 4 are already on paid administrative leave. We are told Beauchamp remains in critical condition at a local hospital. Also breaking on Detroit's west side, police are investigating after a shot is fired as officers try to stop a man. This happened in the area of Plymouth and Wyoming. Police tell us as a man ran from police, he pulled out a gun. They heard it go off, grabbed the man, taking him into custody. Right now, police say it looks like the gun went off, but he wasn't intentionally firing at officers. Police have recovered the gun. No one was hurt. Also, first at 4, your heart goes out to anyone dealing with this kind of flooding today. It's such a mess. Well, the rain threat is not over yet. Just imagine heading outside to find your car surrounded by waters and trash floating in the street. For many of you, the morning drive was also a nightmare. So where do things stand now, and could it get even worse? Let's bring in meteorologist Andrew Humphrey with the latest.
Thank you very much, Karen. And we're still seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Nothing as widespread nor as heavy as earlier this morning. In fact, the flood warnings that were up for the Tri-County area, they've been allowed to expire. We had a severe thunderstorm warning just about an hour ago for parts of Washtenaw County and in Lenawee County. That area of thunderstorms is now moving into southern Ontario, just to the west of Essex. While here in Detroit, we're seeing light to moderate rain. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods. You still have showers and thunderstorms farther south toward the Ohio border. So areas in southeastern Lenawee County, also southern Monroe County, right around Luna Pier, getting some heavy rain. And there's still scattered shower and thunderstorm activity around southeast Michigan. So we'll still see that in the forecast as we go through the rest of the afternoon and into this evening. Temperatures are remaining in the 70s. Rain-cooled low 70s over at Metro Airport with 72 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at around 5 miles per hour. But if you have evening plans, be prepared for more wet conditions, just nothing as widespread or as heavy as earlier this morning. We'll talk more about the chance of thunderstorms not only tonight, but also for your weekend coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. We'll check back with you in a few minutes. One of the most frustrating things about road flooding is trying to drive through the rising waters and then getting stuck. Local 4's Tim Pamplin found several people struggling. He is live this afternoon. Tim, what's the scene and where are you?
I'm down in southwest Detroit, Kay, and the trick is don't go through the water. It's started raining again here, and this is not good. This is Dix Avenue in southwest Detroit on the Dearborn border. Several cars submerged underwater. In fact, I just saw the driver of this car hop out, climb into the back of another vehicle. Take a look at some of the video here. It's been a disastrous day around town. What an absolute disaster. This semi trying to go around several flooded out vehicles got stuck in the median. Yes, if you're expecting a UPS delivery in southwest Detroit, it could be delayed. Wreckers have been busy all day pulling vehicles of all sizes out of the flood waters. The rains came down so hard, sending these manhole covers in the air. The bigger the vehicle, generally the luckier you are. This semi making it through. With all the roads around this area flooded out, off-roading appeared viable to some. It didn't take long for them to realize the errors of their way. The chap in the black pickup truck, well, he hooked up to the UPS driver, drug him out the water. Who is this hero?
Yes, sir, just out here helping everybody out.
What's your message to people out there?
Stay out of the water if you ain't got a big enough truck.
The 2 chaps with the escape stuck in the mud, they need a miracle. And what do you know, a couple of men, they're brothers, work for a local golf course, saw someone in need, didn't think twice. While that was going on, right over here, a pickup truck has gotten stuck. Oh my goodness. And suddenly a geyser appears. Absolute pandemonium along Dix Avenue today. Finally, the groundsman from the country club, Good Samaritans, got the Ford out.
Stuck this. I need help.
He needed help.
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed help. They didn't think twice. I saw a lot of that today as I was driving around town. Citizens helping citizens in need. But like that Good Samaritan said, try not to get yourself into this predicament in the first place. Just turn around. That's what's in Southwest Detroit. Back to you, Karen.
All right, good advice, and stay safe out there, Tim. Hurricane Laura has moved on, but there's still so much suffering along the Gulf Coast today. Drone video shows more of the damage left behind in Pineville, Louisiana. 6 deaths are now blamed on the storm. More than 750,000 homes and businesses still without power in Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. Power problems have affected water treatment plants, leaving about 220,000 people in Louisiana without running water as well. President Trump is planning a visit to the Gulf Coast this weekend. FEMA is already on the ground.
This storm is unlike no other. Cat 4 never came across Louisiana in known history. Again, our goal is safety, removing debris, restoring power, and again, making it safe for residents to return to their homes.
Finally, a few heroes of the storm. These nurses stayed at a hospital in Lake Charles, Louisiana to care for 19 NICU babies who couldn't be moved. Most of the hospital was empty as the storm raged outside. Since then, the babies had to be transported as the hospital lost running water. Frontline heroes at work again for all of us. State of Michigan has reached a new milestone in the coronavirus pandemic. The total number of infections in the state has now gone over the 100,000 mark. You can see the exact figure on your screen. The number of new cases today, 741. A few weeks ago, that daily number was trending lower, but we seem stuck in that 700 range right now. 6 additional deaths were also recorded today. The battle over high school sports and COVID playing out right now in Lansing. Look at this live scene. Facebook group called Let Them Play, gathering at the state capitol to send a message about the fall sports season. Their name pretty much spells it out. They want students to be able to play sports. As you see, we are live in Lansing. You'll hear from demonstrators, some masked, but most of them not wearing masks during this protest. You can see who is supporting them, and we're also reaching out to the Michigan High School Sports Association. So make sure to join us at 5 for our continued coverage. The Detroit Teachers Union has reached a deal involving COVID-19 safety for the new school year. Union members have authorized a strike if those issues and a new contract can't be worked out. Paula Tutman brings us the very latest.
When Detroit Public Schools Community District's 51,000 students return to school September 8th, 10,000 of them will be returning to face-to-face learning, now that the letter of understanding has been agreed upon by the district and Detroit Federation of Teachers.
The return to school language that we agreed to just governs what happens for folks who have chosen face-to-face instruction and folks who have chosen virtual instruction to start the school year.
Teachers who go back into the classroom in person will receive hazard pay of up to $3,000.
It's $750 per card marking period, up to $3,000 for the entire year.
Also part of the understanding is that the union will be able to go into the summer school setting we first showed you to see the safety procedures.
All of our classrooms at the end of the day will have this checklist. This to show everything that was done regarding cleaning.
The district is also turning brick and mortar schools into learning centers.
Even if a child originally wanted face-to-face, but their teacher is going online, then that child can come to school in the morning, eat breakfast, log into their computer, and there will be an adult present just to monitor them, support them in any way. But the instruction will still happen online. They'll eat lunch and then go home. But that's a way to at least continue to meet parents and students where they're at as far as keeping our buildings open.
Just getting to this point has been a near mixed martial arts caliber fight. Court battles to shut down in-person learning, protests blocking summer school buses. And today, DPSCD Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Viti revealed why he's fought so hard for face-to-face learning options.
I grew up in a working class, immigrant home, and I don't have to go very far to understand what my mom went through to try to support me and what my family had to do. So I just need to go back when I was a kid and understand the challenges that we went through, and then it's just really easy to apply that to our kids and our families in general. And so Our parents are working. Our parents are trying to juggle multiple responsibilities and life issues, and the school system has to be there for them, even in a pandemic.
Okay, but the hurdles aren't over yet because there still has to be an agreement on the general contract, but apparently both sides are pretty close. I'll take a look at that coming up at 5. For now, I'll throw it back to you.
All right, Paula. Now, from Washington, D.C. to downtown Detroit, there is a new march for justice to commemorate the 57th anniversary of Martin Luther King's March on Washington.
And I say, brother, help me please.
COVID-19 scaled back plans for the demonstration at the Lincoln Memorial, but about 50,000 people are still expected. Virtual events and marches in other cities like Detroit are happening all around the country. We caught up with some demonstrators at Hart Plaza.
And what the original walk meant in terms of Martin Luther King and what his vision was and what it still means today, it is alive, it is well, it is still innovative, and it's keeping us strong, and it's making us stronger.
The march was organized by Perfecting Church. Marchers say even with the rain, the march grew as it moved towards Hart Plaza. The pressure on Wisconsin lawmakers over a controversial police shooting is leading to a small step forward. First, a judge has postponed a decision on sending Kyle Rittenhouse back to Wisconsin to face murder charges. He's accused of killing 2 men during a protest this week. The 17-year-old was arrested in his home state of Illinois. He was not in court today. The next hearing is September 25th. It was another more peaceful night in Kenosha as people continue to demand justice for Jacob Blake. Blake was left paralyzed in that police shooting on Sunday during a domestic dispute call. The Democratic governor of Wisconsin says the legislature will hold a special session on Monday to talk about police reforms. But the Republican Senate Majority Leader says any action could take months. We are in the final countdown to the 2020 presidential election. President Trump accepted the Republican nomination last night. He argued he is the right choice for America's future.
There has never been such a difference between two parties or two individuals in ideology, philosophy, or vision than there is right now.
The Democratic candidate for vice president spoke with the Today Show today. Senator Kamala Harris agrees with Trump on one thing, saying voters have a clear choice.
In this election, there are 2 clear choices. There are 2. And which choice is reflective of who we aspire to be as a country and as a people?
Now remember, the presidential election is November 3rd if you plan to vote in person, and you can also request an absentee ballot for any reason. Still ahead here first at 4, a major airline shows it's not messing around with its face mask policy. Many passengers are paying the price. What you need to know before you fly. Also, watch out for that shark. We'll tell you about this encounter in the ocean and how it came to an end. First, a small plane runs into some big trouble. News from across America coming up next.